Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's my first video in English. I'm trying to improve your knowledge about the structure in Brazil. Brazil, we are specialized in concrete, so we have so many to tell about the concrete calculation and about the use of concrete, because our concrete is one of the best of the world in quality and endurance. So today I will talk about one really problem that happens in some fields here, some buildings. That problem is a crack of beam. That problem happened with me, but I did the solution, the correct solution. I would like to share with you. So here is a video that my content in my channel. Was fastly explaining it. This is my house that I sold in the last few months ago. I sold that house. I made that construction on intent of selling, and I achieved that intent. So this column, before the construction, the idea was put in that place, in the front of the house, front of the street. So we changed the idea of putting the column here because the design turned so more beautiful. And after the turned the idea, I made the instruction for the constructor. The guy I hired to make the construction, because I'm civil engineer. I made the project and I fiscalized. So after I give the order, the guy didn't do the order that I did of putting a reinforcement of bar steel up side of the beam here. And because of this mistake, we have a problem. A cracking appeared here in both sides of the beams, and that concerned me and my partner that we work together in that construction, dividing the bills and dividing, of course, the earning of the selling of the house. Okay, so let's proceed with the video. Here I explain the force bending moments in the beam, that when we change the place of the support, the bending moment change as well. So here we have to make a reinforcement of steel upside in this place, 1 meter for this side and 1 meter for this side. Not precisely, but with the calculation I give precisely the place of the steel. This is the moment acting, bending moment acting in the beam. With this design, the bending moment is this way in this image. Before the construction, when the latch design, the bending moment was in that figure. It's like a half of the circle. So the bending moment, the half of the small circle in both sides, dividing the force upside of the beam and downside of the beam. Here, the firstly was only the low side, the low side of the beam. So here we have 3 ideas, but my idea was the best, and we follow my idea of solution, the correct idea. We could make another column here, but it was not work as well, because the bending moment was still high in that place. Here I show some calculation, I explain about the story of the problem. Here is a predimensioning beam. In Brazil, when a beam is supported by two support, the middle side of the beams, we take the distance and we divide it by 10. By 10 we have a predimension of that beam. In that case, when the beam ends here and there is no support, it is different. We take that distance and divide by 5. So with dividing by 5 we have another size. So that size, how it's the bigger than that, we maintain that side. That side is preventing the correct and the health is the health side. The security side of. Okay, here is the calculation. You can follow that calculation in the original video in Portuguese, only to see the calculation. Here I showed the slab, the force that the slab is acting in the beam. Is the Brazilian way of calculation area of steel. In the end of the calculation we have the area necessary of steel that the beam is necessary. Here we have the result, the principle, the main result is here. After that we take some tables, that tables show us how many necessary steel bars is necessary to put in the beams. Example, we have here a diameter of 10 millimeter. So how we have necessary of almost 1.6. That beams is necessary two bars of 10 millimeters. But we decided to be more security with the calculation. How is not exactly 1.6 and 1.62, we decide to put the 12.5 millimeters diameter of bar beams. After the solution, we made this. We put support of wood here, piles of wood downside here for security, of course, for not failure of all the structure. We broke the concrete and almost a little bit below the middle side of the beam. And after that we clean with water, and after the water is dried we pass it by with some object product. It's very important product that is like a glue. Is a glue of concrete that bonds the old concrete with the new concrete. It's very important procedure that we did. After that we made the supports with wood here and make the concrete more strong than usual. We measure the concrete here in Brazil with three letters. FCK is the measure of endurance of the strong of our concrete. So we finish the job and the job is done. We've done with success. But after the concrete is ready, we should put water. That concrete during 4 days after the concrete is done, because with that we make a good concrete. This is a way of construction that is necessary by norm. Putting water in that concrete, not drying in the sun, direct sun. We should always make humid that concrete in the first days, in first 4 or 5 days, preventing new cracks. Okay, if you like that video, leave your like in that video and tell me something about downside in the commentary. Thank you. Have a good day. God bless you.